So now what we're going to do is we're going to hop over to the computer and we're going to take a look at doing some things with Dante. We're going to take a look at Dante Via, which is actually a piece of software I'm currently using to send my audio out. We're also going to take a look at Ableton, and we're going to look at maybe how to do some different routing options within Ableton that can save you a lot of time at your church if you are in charge of the tracks or if you're a keys player, and hopefully get you to a place where you can get set up really quickly. And from there, I think we're going to hop into some questions. So sound good? You ready?
Sounds great.
All right, dude, let's do it. So let's hop over to Ableton now. And what I've done is I've just gone ahead and pulled up my my basic, like, it's called Keys All. It's basically my keys template when I'm going to be playing keys. This looks kind of crazy. Some of this is probably similar to another template that's on Production Online. If you guys are familiar with, like, if you're a keys player and you have Nick Staley's template, this should hopefully be somewhat familiar to you. If not, I'm going to just kind of walk you through this a little bit. But this is where I start with keys. And what I want to point out is when I loaded this up, like when I just pulled this up, all I have going on here is I've got these channels. So this is my entire piano channel, my entire synth channel, my synth split, my mellow section, my bright section, and then an all pad section. All of these you can see are sending to different external outs. Okay. So I've got, for example, piano is going to external out 21 and 22. Then I've got my synth channel and my synth split channel and my mellow section and my bright section. Those are all going to not an actual output, but to this bus called all pad, okay, which is this bus right here. So piano just sends out straight up as piano. These four sounds combine in a bus over here called all pad, and I can send that to an external output, which you can see is set currently to 23 and 24. My texture, so basically this is like the drone sounds. This is going to an external out, again stereo, so 37 and 38. I've got my click and my guide, and sometimes I use pre-built click and guide. So there's like several different versions of this that are in here, but all of these different versions go up to the click and the guide bus and go out 35. Okay, so output 35. And actually this should be set to 35 too, but it's not currently. So that's where all of it goes. And then I've got some other stuff over here. This is where all of my tracks are. So like if I've got tracks, I pull them in here. And then this all goes up into the tracks bus, which goes out 39 and 40. So why am I showing you all of this? Because typically what I see people do is, let's just count these outputs, okay? So we've got piano, that's 2. We've got all pad, that's another 2. We've got texture, that's another 2. We've got click, that's 1. We've got tracks, that's another 2. So like I'm looking at a total of 9 outputs. A lot of people think that means I need an audio interface that has 9 dedicated outputs on it, which if you don't have a Dante network going on, like if you're not set up with a Dante network at your church, it's true. But if you do, you don't need an audio interface. All you need is a USB like dongle kind of thing. You just need to connect to Ethernet and pop into your network. And the reason that these are set to these particular channels is because at the church that I have played at a lot, these are the channels that I need to send to in Dante controller in order to patch correctly into their sound console with all these channels. Okay. They're grayed out right now because again, I'm not connected to that actual network. But Ableton has saved all of these as my outputs, so that if I were to just roll up to church and plug in and select Dante Virtual Sound Card, if I was running it, which I'm not currently because I'm running Via, then I could just make those subscriptions within controller, and it would send that audio over to the sound console on those channels. If you're lost in the sauce right now and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to you, check out that Dante course that I did, because I do like a deep dive into Dante controller and how to make subscriptions and how to get things sending to the right places and things like that. Before I show you guys the next thing, Isaac, how do you feel about that? Does that make sense?
I also remember you saying there's like a new tool that was just released that
Exactly.
maybe can save. Is that you're going to go to next? Or
Yep. Let's dive in. Cool. Great thought. Great question. So let's say that you do all of this one time and you've got all of your routing set up for, one church, but you maybe play at another church sometimes that also has like a Dante network, and their patching is going to be a little bit different. Or let's say, for example, this works for when you're sitting there on a stage somewhere, but you're home at your studio now and you want to practice, and you don't want to have to go through and like change all of these to your master output or anything like that. And then have to remember later when you get back to church which of these outputs we're sending where. There's this really cool third-party tool that I found that I want to show you guys that I use all the time. It's this right here. It is by this company called, I think it's called Ableton Drummer. This guy, and he makes these plugins. I'm pretty sure this is like a Max for Live plugin. Yeah, it is. And anyway, let me show you this. This is really cool. So right now, when I pull my session up, I've got it set to preset number 1, which is LC Dante Recall Life Church, one of the churches that I play at, Life Church Dante Recall. And that's just what I've named it. But you can have up to 10 presets in here for your routing. So check this out. If I wasn't at Life Church and I wanted to create another preset for, say like Port City Community Church or something, just any other church, then I could grab 3 and then I could make all of my routing changes, which again, you're not seeing all of it right now because I'm not running Dante. I'm not running Dante Virtual Sound Card. So I only have 2 outputs currently, but I could make all those changes. Then I could click store and it would save all of that information, and just all I have to do next time I get to another church is just pull up the preset and start playing, and I'm done. Another really cool feature of this that I love is this button right here, which is set tracks to master. So this will take all of your tracks and it will route it out to your master output in one fell swoop. So this is really great because I'm in my studio now and I need my audio going to my master out. So let's go ahead and set tracks to master. Okay, cool. So you can see now after hitting that button, all of my audio now goes to master, every single bit of audio. And my master out is set to outputs 1 and 2. And before I show you an example of this, just to really point this out. So my audio output is set to my sound ID reference, which is, again, if you remember, that's actually my headphones, right? But if I wanted to, I could. So if I play right now, I'm hearing that through my headphones, but you're probably not hearing that. Okay. If I wanted to, though, I could actually send this also to the Dante via stereo output. So let's do that really quickly. Make sure 1 and 2 are selected, and they are. We're going to pull via back up here. And there we go. And now, in addition to Logic Pro, I'm going to send you my Ableton Live output. And now if I hit this, you should be able to hear audio coming through. You hear that?
That is a Hallelujah pad.
You get it. So that's kind of how it works.
Very cool. Honestly, this is really helpful just to be able to see someone like you just go through it kind of step by step. And it, I think I kind of like jokingly before is like Dante just feels a little like overwhelming in watching you kind of go through this process step by step. It's actually not that overwhelming at all, and very, very useful. So this also just makes me want to be more of a keys player because it's just incredible what you can do with it. But yeah, this is
play some keys, man.
Really helpful.
Yeah, play keys, man. Keys are cool.
Nice. Yeah.
Those are 2 examples of like how I use Dante a lot in different contexts and different ways. There it is.
Amazing.
Easy peasy.